talks about parallel lines and about angles of triangles, rectangles, and a lot of stuff that has to do with angles. Let's start with straight line. Straight line has a 180 degrees in it, which means from one side to the next is 180 degrees. If you remember a circle, we know that a full circle is 360 degrees. Half of a circle is 180. And if I had just a quarter of a circle, that's a 90 degrees, right? From here to there, that is my 90. And from here, if I keep on going over here, that was my 180 degrees. That is why we say straight line is 180 degrees. You will have problems that we'll talk about 2 lines, sometimes even 3 or 4. Now let's talk about if I have 2 lines that cross in an intersection and they have angles that are across from each other. These 2 angles that these lines form are called vertical angles. Vertical angles, they touch at the point. I like to call it, they kind of create, and they make me think of a butterfly. Butterfly has 2 wings, right? The wings are congruent. That means they're identical. If this angle in here, for instance, was 50-degree angle, this angle in here is a vertical angle, is going to have the same measure. If I go back to the straight line and where I split it in 2s, that straight line split in 2s is creating 2 angles, right? 2 90-degree angles. Well, this angle in here is called an adjacent angle to that one. Adjacent means they're literally touching with a line, by a line. They're attached to each other. So these 2 angles are giving me sum of 180 degrees. That means if I add them up, I will get 180 degrees. So these 2 angles are called adjacent. Adjacent angles. And these 2, the angles that are across from each other, touch only at a vertex, are called vertical. And they have the same measure. They're same angles. They equal to each other. Let's look at some examples. These 2 angles in here, I'm sure you can see that I have one angle that's formed in here and another angle in here. These 2 angles, the one with the blue arrow and the one with the red arrow, are creating a 90-degree angle. They are adjacent, right? They are adjacent. Well, first of all, I would like to, let's say, find the value of x. However, wait a second. First they're telling me, tell me if they're complementary or supplementary. Let's go back over here real quick. And let's talk about complementary angles and supplementary. If I give you angle that looks like this, that is a right angle, which is split in 2 sections. I have one angle in here, another angle in here, and I know they both, if I was to add them up, I'm supposed to get a 90-degree angle total. They're adjacent, right? Complementary angles are 90 degrees angles. Complementary. One way to look at it is complement is the right thing to do and a right means right angle, correct? So complementary are 90-degree angles. Then we have another set of angles that are called supplementary, which are these two angles in here that are giving me 180 degree, which is a straight line. So we have complementary and supplementary. Supplementary angles are giving me 180 degrees, straight line, half of a circle. Complementary, complement is the right thing to do, 90-degree angle.